Hello, Zero Semester students of Virtual University Pakistan. Welcome back to EduTube. If you're preparing for your MATH001 exam, you're in the right place. In this video, we will cover Lecture 21, Ratios and Proportions, a key topic in your final exam preparation. We've already discussed Lectures 17 to 20, and today, we'll simplify ratios and proportions for you. Don't worry if math feels tough. I'm here to break it down step by step, making sure you understand everything in the simplest way possible. Let's get started. In this lecture, we covered the basics of ratios and proportions. Here's a quick review of the main points. Ratios. A ratio shows the relationship between two quantities. For example, if the ratio of apples to oranges is 3 to 4, it means for every 3 apples, there are 4 oranges. Types of ratios. We discussed direct and inverse ratios. In direct proportion, as one quantity increases, the other increases at the same rate. For instance, if you double the number of apples, you double the number of oranges. In inverse proportion, as one quantity increases, the other decreases. For example, if the number of workers increases, the time required to complete a task decreases. Proportions. A proportion is an equation that states two ratios are equal. We learned how to solve simple proportions like 4/6 equals x, 9 and how to cross-multiply to find unknowns. Practical applications. We applied these concepts in real-life scenarios, such as calculating the number of oranges if we know the number of apples, or determining the relationship between salary and hours worked. These examples make the math easier to understand. 1. What is a ratio? A comparison of two numbers. B. A number that shows the value of an object. C. A way to multiply numbers. D. A form of addition. Correct answer. A comparison of two numbers. Explanation. A ratio compares two numbers to show how much one number is in relation to the other. 2. Which of the following is a correct ratio for 5:10? A. 1 to 2. B. 2 to 5. C. 5 to 2. D. 3 to 6. Correct answer. A. 1 to 2. Explanation. Simplifying 5:10 by dividing both by 5 gives 1 to 2. 3. What is the ratio of 15 to 5? A. 1 to 3. B. 3 to 1. C. 5 to 3. D. 5 to 1. Correct answer. B. 3 to 1. Explanation. Divide both 15 and 5 by 5 to get 3 to 1. 4. What is the proportion of 2/5 equals x, 10? A. X equals 4. B. X equals 2. C. X equals 5. D. X equals 3. Correct answer. A. X equals 4. Explanation. Cross multiply. 2 times 10 equals 5 times x, so x equals 4. 5. Which of the following is a true proportion? A. 2/4 equals 6/12. B. 3/5 equals 8/12. C. 4/8 equals 2/5. D. 5/7 equals 6/8. Correct answer. A. 2/4 equals 6/12. Explanation. In proportions, the cross products are equal. 2 times 12 equals 4 times 6. 6. If the ratio of boys to girls is 3 to 4 and there are 12 girls, how many boys are there? A. 9. B. 8. C. 12. D. 15. Correct answer. A. 9. Explanation. If 4 parts represent 12 girls, then each part equals 3. So, 3 parts, boys, equals 9. 7. If 4 to 5 equals x, 10, what is the value of x? A. X equals 8. B. X equals 12. C. X equals 6. D. X equals 14. Correct answer. A. X equals 8. Explanation. Cross multiply. 4 times 10 equals 5 times x, so x equals 8. 8. In which case is the ratio 3 to 7 considered a direct proportion? A. When both values increase at the same rate. B. When one value increases while the other decreases. C. When both values decrease at the same rate. D. None of the above. Correct answer. A. When both values increase at the same rate. Explanation. In direct proportion, as one quantity increases, the other increases at the same rate. 9. What is the sum of the parts in a ratio 6:3? A. 6b, 9c, 3d, 12 correct answer. B. 9 explanation. 6 plus 3 equals 9. 10. If a ratio of 2 to 3 equals x, 9, what is the value of x? A. X equals 6b, x equals 4c, x equals 5d, x equals 3 correct answer. A. X equals 6 explanation. Cross multiply. 2 times 9 equals 3 times x, so x equals 6. 11. What does the term inverse proportion mean? A. When one value increases while the other decreases. B. When both values increase at the same rate. C. When both values decrease at the same rate. D. None of the above correct answer. A. When one value increases while the other decreases. Explanation. In inverse proportion, as one value increases, the other decreases. 12. If 12/16 equals x, 24, what is the value of x? A. X equals 18b, x equals 12c, x equals 20d, x equals 15 correct answer. A. X equals 18 explanation. Cross multiply. 12 times 24 equals 16 times x, so x equals 18. 13. If the ratio of red balls to blue balls is 4 to 5, how many red balls are there if there are 25 blue balls? A. 20b, 18c, 15d, 10 correct answer. A. 20 explanation. If 5 parts represent 25 blue balls, each part equals 5. So, 4 parts, red balls, equals 20. 14. What is the ratio of 18 to 6? A. 3 to 1b, 2 to 1c, 6 to 1d, 1 to 3 correct answer. A. 3 to 1 explanation. Simplify 18 to 6 by dividing both by 6 to get 3 to 1. 15. What is the ratio of 20 to 30? A. 3 to 4b, 4 to 3c, 2 to 3d, 1 to 2 correct answer. A. 2 to 3 explanation. Simplify 20/30 by dividing both by 10 to get 2 to 3. 16. Which of the following represents a ratio in the form of a fraction? A. 3/4 b, 3 to 4c, 4 to 3d, 2/3 correct answer. A. 3/4 explanation. A ratio can be expressed as a fraction. 17. If the ratio of apples to oranges is 3 to 4 and there are 12 apples, how many oranges are there? A. 16b, 10c, 14d, 18 correct answer. A. 16 explanation. If 3 parts represent 12 apples, then each part equals 4. So, 4 parts, oranges, equals 16. 18. What is the relationship between direct and inverse proportions? A. Both increase at the same rate. B. One increases, and the other decreases. C. Both decrease at the same rate. D. They are unrelated correct answer. B. One increases, and the other decreases. Explanation. In direct proportion, both increase at the same rate, while in inverse proportion, one increases while the other decreases. 19. If the ratio of the cost of 4 pens to 6 pencils is 2 to 3, how much would 8 pens and 12 pencils cost? A. 4b, 8c, 12d, 16 correct answer. B. 8 explanation. Since the ratio remains the same, doubling the quantities will double the cost. 20. Which of the following represents the inverse proportion of the ratio 5 to 7? A. 7 to 5b, 5 to 7c, 1 to 5d, 7 to 1 correct answer. A. 7 to 5 explanation. In inverse proportions, the ratio flips. 21. If the ratio of boys to girls in a class is 3 to 4 and there are 36 boys, how many girls are there? A. 48b, 45c, 30d, 40 correct answer. A. 48 explanation. If 3 parts represent 36 boys, then each part equals 12. So, 4 parts, girls, equals 48. 22. Which of the following is an example of direct proportion? A. Speed and time. B. Speed and distance. C. Price and quantity. When the price per item is constant, D. Weight and volume of a gas. Correct answer. C. Price and quantity. When the price per item is constant. Explanation. In direct proportion, as one value increases, the other increases at the same rate. 23. If x, 2 equals 6/12, what is the value of x? A. X equals 3b, x equals 1c, x equals 4d, x equals 12. Correct answer. A. X equals 3. Explanation. Cross multiply. X times 12 equals 2 times 6, so x equals 3. 24. What is the ratio of 9 to 3? A. 3 to 1b, 1 to 3c, 9 to 3d, 1 to 1. Correct answer. A. 3 to 1. Explanation. Simplify 9 to 3 by dividing both by 3 to get 3 to 1. 25. If a person's salary increases from 10,000 to 15,000, what is the ratio of the new salary to the old salary? A. 1 to 2b, 3 to 2c, 2 to 3d, 5 to 4. Correct answer. B. 3 to 2. Explanation. 15,000 to 10,000 simplifies to 3 to 2. 26. What is the proportion of 4/6 equals x, 9? A. X equals 6b, x equals 5c, x equals 8d, x equals 7. Correct answer. C. X equals 8. Explanation. Cross multiply. 4 times 9 equals 6 times x, so x equals 8. 27. If the ratio of red balls to blue balls is 2 to 3, and there are 30 blue balls, how many red balls are there? A. 10b, 12c, 18d, 20. Correct answer. B. 12. Explanation. If 3 parts represent 30 blue balls, each part equals 10. So, 2 parts, red balls, equals 12. 28. What is the inverse of the proportion 3 to 5? A. 3 to 5b, 5 to 3c, 3 to 7d, 7 to 3. Correct answer. B. 5 to 3. Explanation. The inverse of a proportion is obtained by flipping the ratio. 29. What is the ratio of 16 to 20 in its simplest form? A. 4 to 5b, 5 to 4c, 2 to 3d, 3 to 2. Correct answer. A. 4 to 5. Explanation. Simplify 16/20 by dividing both by 4 to get 4 to 5. 30. If the ratio of apples to oranges is 7 to 8, and there are 56 apples, how many oranges are there? A. 64b, 63c, 70d, 72. Correct answer. A. 64. Explanation. If 7 parts represent 56 apples, each part equals 8. So, 8 parts, oranges, equals 64. 31. Which of the following is an example of an inverse proportion? A. Distance and time. B. Price and quantity. C. Number of workers and time to finish work, when the number of workers increases. D. Weight and height. Correct answer. C. Number of workers and time to finish work, when the number of workers increases. Explanation. In inverse proportion, as one value increases, the other decreases. 32. If the ratio of 4 to 5 equals x, 15, what is the value of x? A. X equals 12b, x equals 10c, x equals 8d, x equals 6. Correct answer. B. X equals 12. Explanation. Cross multiply. 4 times 15 equals 5 times x, so x equals 12. 33. If a recipe calls for 3 cups of flour for every 2 cups of sugar, what is the ratio of flour to sugar? A. 3 to 2b, 2 to 3c, 1 to 2d, 2 to 1. Correct answer. A. 3 to 2. Explanation. The ratio of flour to sugar is given as 3 to 2. 34. If the ratio of the angles of a triangle is 2, 3 to 4, what is the measure of the largest angle? A. 60 degrees. B. 80 degrees. C. 100 degrees. D. 120 degrees. Correct answer. B. 80 degrees. Explanation. The sum of the angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. So, divide 180 degrees in the ratio 2, 3 to 4, and the largest angle is 80 degrees. 35. What is the ratio of the perimeter of a square to its side length? A. 1 to 1b, 4 to 1c, 2 to 1d, 1 to 2 correct answer. B. 4 to 1 explanation. The perimeter of a square is 4 times the side length, so the ratio is 4 to 1. Quick review. In Lecture 21, we focused on ratios and proportions, two important concepts for your exam. Here's a summary of what we covered. Ratios. A ratio is a comparison of two quantities, like 3 to 4 for apples and oranges. It tells us how many times one number contains the other. Direct and inverse proportions. In direct proportions, if one number increases, the other also increases at the same rate, e.g., more workers, less time. In inverse proportions, as one number increases, the other decreases, e.g., more speed, less time. Proportions. A proportion is an equation stating two ratios are equal, like 4/6 equals x, 9. We solve proportions by cross-multiplying to find the unknown. These concepts are useful in real-life situations like cooking, work calculations, and money management, making the math practical and easy to apply. That's it for today's lesson on ratios and proportions. I hope you found it simple and easy to follow. Remember, ratios and proportions are not just theoretical concepts, they are everywhere around us, from cooking recipes to work and money management. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to EduTube for more exam preparation videos. Stay tuned for our next lecture in this series as we move towards the final exam. Keep practicing, and good luck with your studies.